Hi, I'm Alan Sagano. I'm the president of ADS Consulting Group, and thanks a lot for listening to this presentation on the recent Equifax hack. So, I don't know if you've heard by now, but Equifax was breached, and there's been, they say, up to about 143 million, with an M, million people possibly affected. That's roughly half the population of the United States. If you're not familiar with Equifax, they're a credit bureau reporting agency, like a TransUnion or a TRW. It's basically one of the places you can get your credit scores from. So the hack occurred roughly between the middle of May and was discovered on July 29th of 2017. But they didn't disclose it for over a month, which is a little disturbing. They waited over about a month to disclose it. So they were in for about a month and a half, roughly about 45 days, take or leave it. The scary thing about this particular hack is that it was credit information. So as you probably know, your credit report has your Social Security, all your credit cards, all your balances that you owe, your in some cases your driver's license number, your address, actually some history in your addresses as well, where you've worked, your work history, where you work. So it's kind of, if your information was leaked, and you almost have to consider that it was leaked and was compromised, there's a couple of things you can do to do this. One of the things that we recommend for our clients is to sign up for our managed security services provider service, where we actually throw a network monitor on your network to look for any suspicious activity, and then it's reported back to our monitoring server, so we can go ahead and take a look and take the appropriate action if we see any kind of suspicious activity running on your network. But since the breach has already occurred, and that's another thing, by the way, if you ever have an incident like this, it's always a security incident. Never use the B word. The B word is bad. Attorneys will have a field day with that. It's basically, if you use the B word, then it's almost like admitting, yeah, I admitted to killing the person in cold blood. So don't use the B word. Always use security incident, please, even in emails, because if somebody goes through after the fact, it's with attorneys, and you see the B word, that's almost an admission of guilt. I know it seems like semantics, potato, tomato, but anyway, if your company is unfortunate to ever have a security incident, call it a security incident, not the B word, please. So what can you do to protect yourself against this security incident at Equifax? One of the things you can do, we recommend doing anyway, just because this is just another security incident in a long line of security incidences, which is sign up for credit monitoring. Just do it. There's 5 million reasons why you should be doing it anyway, and yet here's another one. The other thing you might want to do is consider placing a credit freeze on your files, although that can be somewhat problematic because it can prevent you from getting credit when you're trying to do it yourself. Definitely check your credit reports. You can go to you can get your a free credit report from any one of the agencies. Freecreditreport.com allows it. There's a bunch of other places where you can get your credit report for free to make sure there's no suspicious activity, although it's only been a month, and usually there's like a 30-day lag, so maybe you should wait 30 days before you pull your credit reports. The other thing, which sounds a little weird, is you probably want to underpay your taxes. And the reason why I say that is, in other words, never be due a refund, because if somebody gets a hold of this type of information, what they can do is file a fraudulent tax return and have the refund mailed somewhere else. In other words, not to you. And if you contact the IRS, they're like, yeah, that's, sorry, too bad, so sad, not my problem. So the thing of it is that if you owe the government money, you're not due a refund, that even if somebody filed a fake tax return, all they're going to do is get a big fat bill. So in this particular case, it's kind of twisted, but that's actually not necessarily a bad thing when it comes to a security incident. I almost used the B word, but security incident. So please stay safe out there. Hopefully those tips can give you some ideas on how to stay safe. Definitely sign up for credit monitoring. It's something we recommend to all of our clients. And thanks for listening.